It's a beautiful fall football Friday night. The road show continues here in Selmer, Tennessee, home of the McNairy Central Bobcats. The Bobcats had things headed in the right direction just a few short years ago. This season hasn't been the best so far, but a win tonight over the Tigers could turn their 2021 season around. Both teams are heading in opposite directions at the moment. McNairy Central is 0-5. The Tigers are riding a 5-game win streak. Hardin County win sets up a showdown next week versus Lexington in the Jungle, as they'll be possibly playing for a region championship over at Jim Carroll Stadium. But we have unfinished business here, and it's
the McNairy Central Bobcat band.
McNairy Central has had their share of difficulties this season, only scoring 2 touchdowns in 5 games. The defense haven't fared much better, giving up an average of 31 points per game. The Tigers are averaging 38 points per game on offense, and the defense only giving up 8 points per game. So the score, number of points, all go into the Tigers' advantage, but this team has to stay focused and hungry and not look ahead to next week. So, Kendall, Carter continues to impress. You got Pope, Garner, Gray, Harrison all having great senior years, but it's a big but. The Tigers turned the ball over last week a couple of times in that win over Chester County, and I know Coach Smith well enough that that within itself bothered him as we move forward.
Yeah, and it was kind of funny this past Saturday on Sports Talk. We were kind of talking before we went on the air, and we said, well, Coach Smith, you're the head coach. You're also Carter's quarterback coach, and I play quarterback too, and I've thrown 3 interceptions in a game before. So I asked him, I said, what do you say to Carter there at halftime before you come out for the second half? And he just simply replied, just don't throw it to the other team. So, but I thought the way Carter responded to that and came out in the second half, and he was clicking on all cylinders again. I think that'll carry over into this week. And this week, I think the biggest thing for us is just going to be execution. And I'm really excited to see us play again tonight.
Carter, looking at the stats with averaging 31 points a game and giving up only 8, that's a pretty good recipe for why we're 5-0.
I mean, we're good on both sides of the ball, and when we've lacked a little offense, the defense has been able to step up and kind of get it done on their side of the field. So, I mean, it's a pretty complete team. The offensive line seems to be gelling more and more each game. They're all new, 5 new guys up there, new positions. So, I mean, they're learning just like Carter, at quarterback, sophomore mistakes. And it's good to do them in a game that you're going to win by 30 points. But on paper, like tonight, they should really have an easy time with McNairy. But you can't go in with that attitude thinking it's going to be that way. I'd like to see them just do their, go to work, do their job, and then let the young guys come in and play. And we'll see if that happens in this game.
Well, if you're Coach Smith, what are you hammering this past week and tonight? I mean, what's the main focus as, not to look over this team, but you got maybe the biggest game of the year coming up next week if we can get a win here.
Well, I mean, you hear every coach that's out there, they say it, the most important game is the next one, and this is the next one. If you can actually do that, I mean, if you can actually get your team to go by that motto, that's pretty special because you won't take anybody lightly. You'll just play what's right in front of you right then and there, and then snap and clear and go to the next one. And you like that? Was that a Butch Jones deal?
Yeah, that sounded like a Butchism right there.
But all those cliches in football have a reason for being a cliche, and they're just isms that have proved true, and that's what they need to do in tonight's game. And McNairy is real close. That's a rivalry game. I mean, they know each other. A lot of these guys do. So I don't think it's going to be too hard to get them fired up to play.
All right, coming up in the morning, your Sports Saturday starts right here on 93.5 FM with Sports Talk at 9, Coach to Coach at 10, and then UT football tomorrow afternoon at 6 p.m. So be sure to tune in to 93.5 for all your Sports Saturday action. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll talk more about tonight's game, a special night here for McNairy Central, not only homecoming, but a special night as they honor Tommy Browder. Tommy was a longtime coach over here. Both teams on their helmets are wearing his initials. So a special night for a lot of people over here in remembrance of Tommy and what he's done for West Tennessee football. We'll take a quick time out. We'll be back with more right after this. All right, welcome back to McNairy Central High School, the home of the Bobcats. It's Hardin County and McNairy Central tonight in a region matchup. Hardin County 2-0 in region play. The Bobcats 0-2 and 0-5 on the season. The Tigers 5-0. So, Kendall, one thing I was thinking about, for the pregame show, how hard is it to prepare your team when you're coming up against an opponent that's struggling, and then also not having them, like I told Kirk or asked Kirk, not looking ahead to the next week?
I mean, you're exactly right. It's really hard because when you play as good as we've played over the past few weeks, you create a standard for your ball team, and then I think it's blatantly obvious when you don't play to that standard. And I think we kind of saw a little glimpse of that at the end of the second quarter last week at Chester County when we had those few turnovers. But we responded with the way we've been playing the past few games. So I think tonight it's just about playing our style of football and playing up to that standard, and don't dip down to the to our opponent's level.
Well, one thing you can do like they were talking about Nick Saban. Every time that Alabama was playing a team that, they're favored 40 points to beat, Nick Saban goes on a tear. He's just like criticizing everybody on the team, practice them harder during the week. All his press conferences are nasty about how this team's going to be that good. And then when he plays a high-ranked good team, he's softer and congratulatory and wants them to feel good about themselves, So there's a lot of psychological games that go on by coaches who are trying to prevent a lull in your team when they do play a team that they're supposed to beat.
Yeah, and, I think the way Matthew is, too, we want to keep his team focused. They've had a good 5 games. Really the only struggle we've had was a USJ game, and we got a defensive score in that. So offensively, our output in that game, we have one defensive score and a couple of offensive scores. But now last week, we had 3 touchdowns taken back due to penalties.
Yeah, and last week, too, and that was the thing. We could really do what we wanted on the offensive side of the ball until we started hurting ourselves there right before halftime. But, it's like you said, our offense looked good for the most part despite those turnovers. But I think that, it just reiterates that we just got to play up to our standard here this week.
Well, McNairy captains are coming out. Hardin County will be sending theirs out here in just a few minutes. We're just about 5, 6, 7 minutes away from kickoff here on homecoming night at McNairy County Central. So let's take a time out. We'll be back for the opening kick when we return. You're listening to the Central Bank pregame show right here on 93.5 FM The Roar. Hey, coming up, a look around the region. Westview will be at Southside tonight, Westwood at Lexington, Northside at Liberty, and then a future opponent, a couple of weeks down the road, Milan will be at Huntington. That should be an interesting matchup. So we get a win here tonight. Kurt, Kendall, whoever wants to answer it. Then we can kind of turn our focus to playing for a region championship and the importance of finishing number 1 versus finishing number 2, because if you finish number 1 in the region, you're going to be at home during the playoffs for a couple of 2, 3, 4 weeks.
Well, and there's another thing, too, that I think is everybody talks about how you don't want a light schedule or you don't want to play weak teams because then you get thrown up against a really good team. You don't know how to do it. I kind of disagree with that. When you're sophomore or junior in high school, you don't know who's a good team or not. You just know it's a bunch of guys over there and you're beating them.
Yeah.
And I think that confidence is in believing in you and your team is more important than necessarily who you play. The execution, of course, it always comes down to which coach has them the best prepared, and they do the best. And penalties, you know, you can get into that. It's demoralizing in a game and get you behind the sticks, and kind of start pushing then instead of playing your normal relaxed game. So they are playing for a district championship every week right now.
Yeah, exactly. The Tigers have raced out onto the field. The captains are meeting out at the head of the Bobcat at the 50-yard line. It'll be Garner, Pope, looks like
Carter Scott,
and also Adam Harris for Hardin County as they get set for the toss. Let's take a time out. You're listening to the Tiger Pregame Show right here on 93.5 FM. Back with the opening kick after this. All right, welcome back to McNairy Central as we're just about ready for the opening kickoff between Hardin County and the Bobcats. Hardin County comes in tonight's game 5-0, and the Bobcats 0-5, and it looks like, I'm not sure if Hardin County actually won the toss. If they did, they deferred. We didn't catch it during the toss. So anyway, Hardin County will be getting the ball first. Back deep is Tylen Irvin. For the Tigers, kicking off will be Aiden Boyette for McNairy Central. It's homecoming night, a beautiful night for football. Some fall weather in the air, a little cool. Temperatures probably around the mid to upper 60s right now. And just a few clouds floating around in the sky. So a perfect night for football.
Does it look dark out there to you on the field?
Yeah. Boyette approaches the ball. Here's a short end-over-end kick. It's going to be taken by Knox Gray. He's working his way back across the field. Breaks the tackle at the 40. He's at the 45. Turns it upfield at the 50. He's at the 45. Works his way down to the 40-yard line. Good return there by Knox Gray, the up back. And the Tigers will be in business. First down. 1st and 10, right at the Bobcat 40-yard line.
That's good coaching. I mean, what they did there was they were expecting the pooch kick, and they had their good receivers up. They had Pope and Knox Gray up high, and they had it set up for him to return right with a wall. That was all set up and executed by the coaches and the player.
So Smith will be in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Drops back, looking. Fires down the field. He's got Pope at the 10-yard line, but there was a pass interference, but it wasn't called as the cornerback grabbed Pope by the jersey right about the 15-yard line.
They only held him for a minute.
So they'll bring it back, and it'll be 2nd down, 2nd and 10. So the Tigers going for the home run on play number 1.
Good call. It was there. I really do think he probably would have gotten there. The guy grabbed his jersey and slowed him up for about 2 steps and just enough for him not to be able to get to the ball.
Garner right. Pope and Gray to the left. Here's a handoff. Harrison has some running room at the 40, and he's going to be knocked down at about the 35, a pickup of about 5. Good play there by the middle linebacker for the Bobcats.
Speaking of coaching, they've probably been coached to grab Pope if he gets behind them, I'm sure. I mean, that was, don't let him beat you, even if you have to cheat.
So it'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 5 to go. Here's a handoff, and he's going to be stuffed.
Second down in the backfield. Good stop by the McNairy Central defense.
Kind of tried to spread them out and pop something in the middle, but they had really good penetration. They brought a linebacker. Really actually lost yardage on the play.
So it'll be 4th down, 4th and 7. Lost a couple on the play, as Kurt said. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers right and left. Harrison the tailback. Here's a snap, looking, fires, complete at the 30-yard line, but I don't know. It depends on where they spot it. He may be a little bit short, but I think they're going to spot it on the other side of the 30.
They're giving him 1st down. He knew where he was. He knew what yard line he needed to get to. The throw was a little high, and he had to go up and make the catch, so he didn't really have an opportunity to pick up any yardage after the catch, but he was across the line when he made it.
So it'll be a Hardin County Bank 1st and 10 Tigers from the 29. Here's a snap, handoff Harrison, right side, cuts it back, breaks a tackle at the 25. He's at the 20, he's at the 10, 5, cuts to the end zone. Did he score? He did. Touchdown, Jacob Harrison. It took him a minute to get the signal, but Harrison goes in from 29 yards out, and the Tigers strike first.
Good kick out block on the edge, and he turned it north and south. Had to make one guy miss, and when he did, they didn't have the speed to catch him.
So Nolan Foster will come in. London Rose will snap, and Knox Gray will hold. Here's a snap. It's a good one. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 10:06 to go here in the first. Tigers strike first, 7-0 our score. We'll be back right after this quick timeout. You're listening to Tiger Football right here on 93.5 FM The Roar. All right, welcome back to McNairy Central. The Tigers strike first. They go 5 plays. What was it? 40 yards, and Harrison caps it off with a 29-yard touchdown run. Extra point good. 7-0 our score, and that scoring play was powered by Jones Motor Company Savannah. Here's a deep kick. Hits at about the 12, picked up at the 10, and he lowers his head and gets out to about the 22, maybe 23-yard line. So McNairy Central will have it there.
Man, that was a perfect kick if you're a return guy. He could have really come hard. They let the ball bounce about 5 yards in front of him. He could have caught it on the run with a full steam, and he didn't take advantage of that opportunity.
So it'll be 1st down, 1st and 10 Bobcats at their own 23-yard line. 10:01 to go here, just getting started. Homecoming night over here at McNairy Central. Witten, the quarterback, he'll hand it off to his tailback. Has a little bit of running room, cuts it up at the 30. Close to a 1st down, right around the 35-yard line.
Good run on the play. The ball going to be spotted close to the...
Well played by Pope. I know he gained the yardage. We didn't have anybody there to pick him up when he crossed the line of scrimmage. But Pope was being blocked one-on-one, just stood his guy up, and when the running back got there, he dished the receiver and made the tackle.
That was Wiggins, the running back, on the carry, picked up 10 yards, so first down, 1st and 10 Bobcats as they go from the north to the south end zone. Here's a snap. Here's a quick throw out here to receiver, complete, breaks a tackle at the 40, and he's rolled down at about the 47, 48-yard line.
2 good plays from McNairy.
He's able to get the ball close to midfield.
They just threw a flag on something.
Penalty flag on the play.
Referee didn't like something that happened on McNairy's
Well, the coaching
sideline.
staff is sitting over here talking to one of the kids. He must have said something maybe.
Well,
Dead ball foul.
still be a first down.
Yeah.
That's going to be a personal foul penalty.
That's a little unusual there.
Pretty much eats up the 20 yards they've gotten on 2 plays.
Yeah, that's.
I think somebody over here said something to one of the Tiger players, but anyway, the official heard it. He said the wrong word, and it cost him 15 after a big pickup. So it goes back to the 32-yard line. It'll be first down, 1st and 10 Bobcats. Whitten in the shotgun formation. Wiggins, a tailback, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the far side. 4-man front for the Tigers. Here's a snap. They're giving it to Wiggins, looking for some running room. This time he's going to be taken down. Let's see who that was on the tackle.
Tackled on the play, making the tackle.
That is Cameron Heyman. Good play by Cameron. He's had a good season so far, too. So he came up, made the play right at the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 2nd down, 2nd and 10 for the Bobcats.
That was a really good tackle by him because McNairy's running back. I mean, he's got some size to him. He's a pretty big kid, and Cameron came up and got him real low.
Now they'll go 2 receivers left, 1 here to the near side. Shotgun formation. Now he'll put Wiggins to his right. They're going from the north to the south. 4-man front for the Tigers. Now man in motion back to his left. And we have a timeout. As McNairy Central coaching staff didn't like what they saw in that play. Actually, the guy went in motion, but I think he went the wrong way. But anyway, we'll take a timeout with them. 8:36 to go. 7-0 our score here in the first. You're listening to Hardin County football right here on 93.5 FM, The Roar. All right, welcome back to McNairy Central, homecoming night. 2nd down, 2nd and 10 for the Bobcats. Here's a snap. They hand it off to the slot man coming back in front of Whitten. He goes nowhere, actually loses a couple of yards.
Harris was
Taken down in the backfield, 4-yard loss on the play, 3rd down for the Bobcats.
So
I mean, he took 3 steps, and Harris was already there.
So it'll be 3rd down. 3rd down and about 14 now for the Tigers. Or excuse me, the Bobcats. Cat fight over here. So Whitten will bring them out. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Wiggins, the tailback, to his right. Here's a snap. Looking to throw. Still looking. Under pressure now. He's going to try to take off. Has some Tigers over there, and he's going to be pulled down at around the 29.
Ball carrier for the Bobcats.
Really good play by Garner out there. Garner kind of built like a linebacker and got the speed of a receiver. So, I mean, he's a challenge for somebody to try to block in the open field, and he played that to perfection. I mean, he just held up the receiver till the running back got there, and it just played him off, made the tackle.
So back deep will go Gray. Hayden Boyette will punt it. He'll stand at his own 15. 4th down for the Bobcats. Had a couple of positive plays to start this offensive series, but a penalty got them in a little bit of trouble. Here's a snap. Here comes a rush. He gets it off the side of his foot. And it's going to roll out of bounds at about the 45, 44-yard line where the Tigers will have it first down. First and 10 at McNairy's 45.
Yeah, that penalty.
Yeah, it really hurt them.
Yeah, evidently, yeah, they go 20 yards on 2 plays, and then they get moved back with that penalty, and then it just nothing good after that.
So Smith will bring them to the line. 2 receivers to the right, 2 here to the near side. They go stack formation both sides. Now they'll put Garner in motion. Here's a snap. Quick throw over here to Pope. Makes a move to the inside at the 40. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. He's at the 10. 5. Touchdown, Hardin County. They didn't have a chance.
He needed 1 block, and he got it.
The thing is, it was a busted play. I mean, the ball was snapped really earlier than Carter expected.
Yeah, and he was actually late getting the ball out there, too.
Yeah.
So Smith to Pope, 45-yard touchdown pass and run for the touchdown. And Nolan Foster will come in. Gray to hold. Here's a snap. It's down. The kick is up. Spinning toward the uprights. Is it good? It's good. Our new score, 6:48 to go here in the first. Hardin County 14, McNairy nothing. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to McNairy Central homecoming night. Tigers on top, 14-0. 6:48 to go here in the first quarter. Harrison with a 29-yard touchdown run to get the Tigers on the board, and then Pope just took it to the house on a 45-yard touchdown pass from Smith. Here's a short
Can't do that.
kick and ask for a fair catch at the 21-yard line where it'll be first down, first and 10 Bobcats at their own
I don't think he threw a flag.
21-yard line.
It wasn't bad enough. Do you know what the penalty is for that, Kendall, when you call a fair catch and then run with the ball afterward?
I would give an educated guess, but I don't know if it's right.
It's a delay of game, 5-yard penalty.
So Wiggins will bring them to the line. 2 receivers to the left, 1 here to the near side. Now in the game is King at tailback. They're going to give it to him, and he's going to be hit by Harris in the backfield and knocked back at about the 18-yard line. And Adam was right there. Was that Adam point?
I don't think that was
No,
Adam.
that was Isaiah, I think, wasn't it? Yeah, 60.
60. Yeah, that was Isaiah Smith.
Yeah, he would.
We're so used to Adam being back there.
Well, I mean, Adam, when they ran it the other direction, he's playing right tackle, and Isaiah playing left tackle. You get a dose of Harris if you run left, and you get a dose of Isaiah if you run right. So
it'll be second down, second and 13, a loss of 3 on the play. Shotgun formation. Here's a snap. They're going to try King again right in the middle, and he's going to be pulled backwards. Maybe got a yard. That's Isaiah Smith. Also Harris right there with him.
they blocked those first 2 plays really well. I mean, kind of stalemated us, on those 2 10-yard runs. But since then, we've kind of dominated line of scrimmage since then.
So it'll be third down, 3rd and 13. Ball back at the 19 of the Bobcats. 5:40 to go here in the first. Hardin County on top, 14-0. As Witten looks over to the sideline, gets the play. He'll send 2 receivers to the left. They looked a little confused out there trying to get lined up, and now they're going to go receiver right, receiver left. 4-man front for the Tigers. Here's a snap. Straight drop, looking, fires it down the right side of the field, almost intercepted and broken up there by DeAndre Sparks. So good coverage there by Sparks, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good dog fight between him and the receiver. They were both trying to gain position to make a play on the ball, and both of them did a good job of keeping the other one from catching it.
So 4th down, 4th and 13, and McNairy will have to punt it away again. Back deep is Gray. Boyette will stand at his own 5. Here's a snap. It's good. Here comes a rush. He gets it out of there, a high end-over-end punt, and it hits about the 40, takes a Bobcat row to about the 44-yard line, where the Tigers will be in business again. They've had good field position. Their first 3 possessions all on Bobcat's side of the field. This one will be at the 43-yard line of the Bobcats, 1st and 10. Well, they're going to spot it at the 44. So it'll be 1st down. 1st and 10 Tigers at the Bobcat 44-yard line. Pope and Gray to the right. Garner out here to the near side. Harrison the tailback. 3-man front for the Bobcats. Here's a snap. Harrison looking for some running room. He's going to be upended. Picked up maybe a yard or 2 as he tried the middle of the Bobcat defense. Good play there. Tanner on the tackle. Well, he's the one that got hit with the.
They're playing a 3-man front with. They're playing a 3-4 basically is what they're doing. They got 7 in the box. You're not supposed to be able to run on that.
Here's a snap. Straight drop. Looking. Fires down the field. He has Pope open. Complete at the 15-10. 5. Touchdown Tigers.
Throw and catch.
Man, what a pass by Carter Smith. Hit him in stride.
Yeah.
At about the 15. He turned it upfield, and that was all she wrote.
Yeah, I mean, he gets a step on you, it's Katie bar the door. I mean, we haven't seen anybody run with him yet. USJ had a safety that had real good speed that ran with him some, but all in all, we hadn't seen anybody run with him.
Nolan Foster will come in. Gray to hold. Rose will snap. Here's a snap. It's down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Tigers push it out to a 21-zip lead. You're listening to Tiger Football right here on 93.5 FM. Back after this. Tigers go 2 plays, 42 yards. Smith to Pope on the touchdown pass. Extra point good, 21-0 the score. That scoring drive was powered by Jones Motor Company in Savannah. Here's Foster's kick. And he hits a line drive, hits about the 20-yard line. Well, they'll pick it up there, knocked down. That's Tanner at about the 25-yard.
Good special teams. I mean, everything they've done, receiving that opening kickoff was set up, and got good results. And then every one of their kickoffs have been covered well, which is a big part. You're talking about getting into the district and playoffs. Your special teams have got to show up too.
It'll be 1st down, 1st and 10 Bobcats. Witten, the quarterback for McNairy Central on homecoming night. Let's see who's in at tailback this time. It looks like Wiggins back in at tailback. They'll bring them to the line. Shotgun formation, 4-man front for the Tigers. Here's a snap. They'll give it to the tailback. He's going to be hit in the backfield, and that's Hooper.
Good play
On the tackle, and a loss of probably maybe a yard. So it'll be second down, 2nd and 11. So whatever they were doing in the first drive, the adjustments were made, and they're having tough sledding right now in the run game. So to bring up second down.
Well, I mean, Hardin County's really athletic in their defensive secondary. You know, good wide receivers make good DBs, and they can't match up, so they need to be able to run the ball.
Here comes a man in motion to the near side. Here's a snap. They're going to give it to the running back this time, trying to counter, and he's going to go to about the 25, 26-yard line, back to the original line of scrimmage, it looks like, maybe picked up a yard. So it'll be third down, 3rd and 9 now for the Bobcats.
Well, saying it, you know, it's kind of self-defeating too. I mean, the more that defensive front linebackers see their run set up and how it's being blocked, and they can feel those guys, and it gives them more and more confidence in understanding where the play is going, and they can pick up on it. So I mean, McNairy really needs to diversify kind of what they're trying to do, because it doesn't look like they're going to beat that defensive front.
Buffkin is a tailback now. Here's a snap, sprinting to the right, looking for somebody, and it's going to fall incomplete. Pope on the coverage.
Third down, incomplete. 4th down for the Bobcats.
So that'll bring up 4th down. And they'll have to punt it away again as it's at their own 26-yard line. Clock stops, 2:16 to go here in the first quarter of action. Homecoming night here at McNairy Central. Big crowd on hand for both sides. A lot of Hardin County faithful over here. Traveled well, as always. Fair going on. They got a lot of distractions in Savannah, that's for sure. But if you're not over here, we appreciate you tuning in to 93.5 FM. Here's a snap. Here's a flag. That one's going to be blocked, and the thing's going to stop. It's going to be offside on Hardin County. Somebody got a little antsy.
Be a penalty against the Tigers.
It's going to be on 11.
Still not going to be a first
Tyler
down.
Irvin.
It's going to be 4th and 5.
So it'll bring up 4th down, 4th and 5, and they'll have to do it again. That time they were all over him.
5-yard penalty.
But
The ball up to the 30.
we got back there pretty quick because we had a head start.
Still 4th down for the Bobcats.
So it'll still be 4th down, 4th and 5. They'll move it out to the 31-yard line. Gray back deep, standing at his own 45. Here's a snap. Here comes a rush, and this time it's blocked. Christian White, he gets it. It goes into the end zone, and who's going to cover it? Looks like the Bobcats cover it. There's one Bobcat there and about 5 Tigers, and he ends up with it. It looked like Christian White got the hand up, got the block, went into the end zone, and that'll be a safety.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be just a pick-up touchdown right there, and ball didn't bounce our way that time. Bounced right back at their one guy. Was it the punter?
I think it was a punter.
It was a punter. It almost looked like it almost knocked Christian White out. He hit him right in the face.
So the Tigers get the block this time, and I guess it went back, what, a good
went 30,
15 yards or so, 20 yards?
20 yards, yeah.
Into the end zone. They recovered it. The only guy that was there for the Bobcats.
Impressive recovery.
Yeah, and but it's a safety, and they'll have to punt it away or kick it away back to Hardin County.
I thought Pope was going to be able to just reach down and pick it up, but then it reversed its direction and went back towards the McNairy guy.
So the Tigers get 2 points on it anyway on the block. Special teams gets a score, and it's 23-0 with 2:06 to go here in the first quarter. So Boyette will kick it off from the 20. Irvin will stand at his own 25-yard line. Here's a short end-over-end kick. They let it hit at the 40. We'll take it there. Irvin has it, looking for some running room, dancing around, and he's going to lose yardage back to about the 43-yard line.
Kick return for the Tigers.
So it'll be first down, 1st and 10 Tigers, this time from their own 43-yard line. It's the first time we've started on our side of the field. 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Pope and Gray will come out here to the near side. Irvin in the slot position. They're going to spread Pope out here right as they're going to run trips to this side. Now Irvin in motion. They're going to give it to him, trying the right side. Has a little bit of running room. Gets a block out there. He's at the 50. He's at the 45. He's going to be rolled down at the 40-yard line. That'll be enough for Hardin. Can he make 1st and 10 Tigers? That was a good block out there by Harrison.
Yeah, Harrison just took his guy about 7 yards, which freed the run up.
Harrison will go out. Into the game will be Braden Wilkes now. He'll come in at running back. They're going to spread him out, though, as Smith empties the backfield. They're going to go 2 receivers to the right, 3 here to the near side. They're going from the south to the north. Here's a snap. Looking right, throws it down the sideline, has a man down there. He goes up for the grab. Did he make it? Right at the 10. They're going to say he's out of bounds.
Incomplete on first down.
Man, what a grab. He was double covered. I'm trying to see who that was. That's Knox Gray.
Incredible catch.
On the coverage for the Bobcats.
I don't know if the throw took him to the sideline or he was working a little close to the sideline to start with. You want to give yourself a couple of yards there, so if you do have to make a play and go up and get hit, you won't land out of bounds.
So it'll be 2nd down, 2nd and 10 on the incomplete pass. Now 2 receivers left, one on the right. Here's a snap. Handoff Wilkes, left side, cuts it back to the right. He's at the 40, he's at the 35, down close to the 31, 32-yard line. Man, what a good cut right at the line of scrimmage.
Good cut, good finish.
He hit the hole quick, too.
Can we think of any other nice things to say about that run? Hit the hole quick, finished the run, and ran hard.
So a pickup of about 8. It'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 2 now. Ball at the 33 of the Bobcats. Now they'll go trips left. Here's a snap. Give it to Wilkes again. Cuts it back. This time he's hit. Picks up maybe a yard.
It's going to be close.
They're going to spot him right at about the 31 as the clock is winding down. Let's see what they say. Well, they're going to say 1st down, 1st and 10. So Hardin County Bank 1st down, Tigers on the run. Just got enough body lean to get that extra yard.
Yeah, he fought for that extra half yard, which was different.
So now Smith looks over to the sideline. He'll send 2 receivers to the right and 3 over here to the left as he empties a backfield. Now he walks up to the line of scrimmage. Here's a snap. Looking, fires over the middle. It's complete to Gray at the 20, down to the 15-yard line. That'll be enough for another Hardin County Bank 1st and 10 Tigers.
Man, that was pretty there. That's the way.
That's a hard throw, too.
Yeah, it's a hard throw, and especially when you hit a guy in stride. I mean, if you can make that throw, you can have a defensive back just on your back, but he still can't stop you.
Yeah, he never broke stride.
No, I mean, it was a perfect throw, and that's what they're going to have to be, because they can throw the long ball and the little receiver screens, but they're going to have that intermediate game as we go on.
Well, the clock winds down. That's the end of the first quarter. Hardin County on top, 23-0 over here on homecoming night at McNairy Central High School. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with the second quarter when we return. You're listening to Hardin County football right here on 93.5 FM The Roar.
Selmer, Tennessee, I just want to take a quick moment to give a special shout out to a dear friend of mine, He was also a teammate of mine when I played here at Hardin County, Mr. Ronald Casey. He's battling his second battle with leukemia right now, and I know it's an uphill battle, but I just wanted to extend our thoughts and prayers for him and his family as he goes through this difficult time.
Here's a quick pass out to Tylen Irvin, and he's going to pick up about 7 on the catch, so another completion by Smith. They spot him at the 8-yard line where it'll be second down, 2nd and 2. Carter looks over to the sideline, gets the play. Now he'll send Pope out here to the near side, Garner to the far side. Harrison back in at tailback. Here's a snap. They're going to give it to Harrison left side. Has some running room. He's going to walk into the end zone, and another touchdown by Harrison. And the Tigers increase their lead to 30-0 here, or excuse me, 29-0. With 11:13 to go here in the half.
McNairy, they were thinking run. They brought 8 guys, but all 8 of them went inside the tackles, thinking it was going to be an inside run. And when Harrison broke it outside, nobody was going to have speed to catch him to the cone.
So Nolan Foster will come in and attempt the extra point. His snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. 11:13 to go here in the first half. Hardin County has a commanding lead, 30-0 our score. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to Tiger Football on the Roar.
He reminds me of the way all our
Tigers go 6 plays, 57 yards. Harrison caps it off with an 8-yard touchdown run, his second of the night. Extra point good, 30-0 our score. And that scoring drive powered by Jones Motor Company in Savannah. Garner in the game now to kick for the Tigers. Here's a high end-over-end kick. It's going to be taken at the 5-yard line. Picks it up. Now he'll try to get it out at the 10. He's going to be swallowed up, though, at about the 11. He didn't have a chance after he dropped it. So it'll be first down, 1st and 10, Bobcats at their own 13.
Yeah, the kick was right between their 2 deep guys, and had to move, 8 or 9 yards over to make the catch, and that little bobble cost him.
So first down, 1st and 10, Bobcats, 11:05 to go here in the first half. It's been all Hardin County so far. As Whitten will bring them to the line. Now they shift everybody over to the left. They started at the right. They make a shift. He spins that way, trying to get outside. Has a little bit of running room, and then he's going to be popped at about the 12-yard line.
Heyman, was that Heyman?
No, that's hold on a minute. Keandre Smith on the tackle. So they're going to give him about a yard. It'll be, or maybe 2, second down, 2nd and 8.
That was definitely a student body left sweep.
Buffkin in at running back now beside Whitten as they try to get him lined up. Now they're going to move him up in the slot. Here comes a man in motion. They fake it to him. Here's a quick throw, complete at the 25-yard line, tackled by Garner. A lot of motion, and then they snuck.
That's what they
tied in out.
They're showing different looks, and they're getting it outside in space instead of trying to challenge the inside. Good job on them trying to mix it up and make something happen.
They push it out to the 18-yard line where it'll be third down, third and about 4 for the Bobcats. Whitten brings them to the line, shotgun formation. They line up left. Now they'll switch to the right, trying to catch it. Tigers
Inside
not looking.
trap.
Yeah, inside trap. It's going to be knocked down at the 20-yard line. He's going to be short of the first down. Carter Scott on the tackle.
Yeah, that's a good job by him, but, staying in his spot there and then making that tackle.
So it'll be fourth down, 4th and 1 at the 21 of the Bobcats, and they leave their offense out there. What else do they have to lose at this point? 9:06 to go here in the first half. Whitten brings them to the line, shotgun formation. Buff getting the tailback, stand to his right. Now they do the switcheroo again, and now we're going to come off and go off sides.
It'll be flag on the play.
That's Sam Tanner. He just came into the game. Now he's going to go back out of the game.
Penalty's going to be on the Tigers. 5-yard penalty.
Got him on the hard count on 4th down and 1 from their own 19.
Yeah, that's the thing. He came in for that one play, and he went back out, and he was greeted by the coaching staff.
Yeah,
so first down,
22 people are standing still, and you're the only one.
You're the only one.
That's a bad sign.
First down, 1st and 10 Bobcats on the penalty. Here's a snap. Looking to throw. Still looking under pressure. He's going to be sacked by Jacob Hooper. Waited just a little too long.
Well, he was wanting to throw that little out route that he threw a minute ago, but it was covered, and he had to readjust, and his readjustment happened with Hooper around him.
Second down for the Bobcats.
So it'll be second down, 2nd and 18 as they move it back to the 18-yard line. Whitten brings them to the line. Wiggins in the game now at tailback, 2 receivers to the right, 1 here to the near side. Here's a snap. He'll give it to Wiggins up the middle, and it's going to be clogged up there and pushed backwards. Has a good play there by Cameron Heyman.
Handoff on second down.
And a whole host of Tigers.
For the Bobcats. Yard loss on the play.
So to bring up third down, 3rd and 19, they'll lose a yard on the run. They got a first down, and then after that, they're going backwards again. So third down, 3rd and 19, ball back at the 17. Whitten will bring them to the line. Tailback to his left, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. They're going south to the north. He's looking for somebody to throw. Under pressure, still looking. He's going to tuck it and go. And he's going to be knocked down. Another good play by Heyman. So Whitten will pick up about 4 or 5 on the scramble to the 21. And it'll be 4th down. They'll have to punt it away this time. So this will be their 3rd punt of the night. The last one was just blocked by the Tigers, and I'm sure they're going to come after this one. Grace will stand at about the 48 of the Bobcats. Boyette to punt. Here's a snap. Here comes the Tigers, and he'll get this one away. Good high spiraling kick. And he'll get away from it. Takes a Tiger bounce at about the 45, and that's where the Tigers will start this drive. First down, 1st and 10 at the Bobcat 45. So field position has been a main player in this game. We've had a short field all but one drive.
Yeah, inside their 50, all but one drive. That's pretty remarkable.
So Smith will bring them to the line. Christian White in the game now at tailback. They'll go stack formation on the outside. Here comes Gray in motion back to the left. Here's a snap. Quick throw out here to Garner. He gets a block. And this time he's going to be knocked down. Good play there by Wiggins as he fought off the block by Gray. And gets Garner.
Second down for the Bobcats. Ball spotted on the 44-yard line.
For about a yard gain. So it'll be second down, 2nd and 9. 5:48 to go here in the half. Hardin County on top, 30-0, trying to add to their scoring total. Smith will send 2 receivers left and right. Here comes Gray back in motion to the near side, and now we jump.
That's going to be on Trevor Woods, the center. He moved the ball.
It'll be a penalty on the
Well, of all people, he should know the count.
Yep, you're right.
Moves the ball back to the 49.
So it'll be a 5-yard penalty against the Tigers. Back to the 49-yard line, where it'll be second down, 2nd and 14 now. Into the game will come Pope. So it'll be Gray and Pope to the near side, Garner to the far side. They're going from the north to the south. 3-man front for the Bobcats. Christian White, the tailback, right behind Smith. Here's a snap. They're going to give it to Christian, trying this right side. Turns a corner at the 50, 45, and knocked down at about the 40-yard line. So a good pickup on second down, and it'll make it more third down and manageable, but now we've got an injured Bobcat right at their sideline.
Yeah, the guy made a good tackle. He came out there and cut his legs out from under him, but he got hurt doing it.
So we got an injury timeout. We'll take a quick timeout. 5:05 to go here in the half, 30-0 to score. Hardin County on top. We'll be back right after this. Michael Witten is the injured Bobcat. He's our quarterback. Looks like he's kind of moving his neck around. He's the one that actually made the tackle. So it'll be third down, 3rd and about 6 for the Tigers. Here's a snap. End around to Pope. Cuts it up the middle of the field. Still on his feet at the 35. He's at the 30. Battling, spinning around at the 25. Fumbles a football. And the Bobcats are going to end up with it.
Fumble on the play, and it's going to be recovered by the Bobcats, number 22, Hunter Rutledge. And a Bobcat.
So Pope fumbles as he got in a whirling dervish, spinning around in the spin cycle, and somebody took the ball away from him.
Yeah, you don't ever want to see a guy go down easy, but they had a bunch of guys out there. He wasn't going to get away from it. Would have been better. Somebody else had gone ahead and tackled him because he took a pretty good shot from behind and caught him on the elbow and made him throw the ball out.
So it'll be first down, 1st and 10 Bobcats on the turnover by the Tigers at their own 25.
We didn't want a running clock anyway.
Yeah. Whitten will bring them in. He's back in the game. He'll bring them to the line of scrimmage. Here's a snap. He's going to give it to his tailback, trying the right side. He's going to be stuffed for about a yard loss back at the 24. I don't know who got him out there, but it was a great tackle.
Ball's going to be spotted on the 24, about a yard loss.
I think that was Sam Tanner. Making up for that one play.
Yeah. So it is a yard loss back to the 24. It'll be second down, 2nd and 11. Whitten brings them to the line. Here's a snap. They'll pitch it to the receiver coming back in motion. He's just going to go down.
Sam Tanner hit that boy so hard on the last play that when the ball carrier saw him on this play, he just slid down.
Quarterback slide.
Yeah. He just, no.
So a loss of a couple of more yards back to the 22. Where to be third down, 3rd and 13 at the Bobcat 22. 3:30 to go here in the half.
Sam's playing with that big.
Yeah, it could have been the club on his hand.
Big muff club on the end of his arm there, and he said,
he's had that thing all season. Here's a snap. Whitten rolling to his left, looking to throw. Now he's going to be swallowed up by Hooper and Harris, and that'll bring up 4th down as he loses a couple more yards back inside the 20 to the 19. So it'll be fourth down, fourth and a bunch for the Bobcats, and they'll send their punter back out, Boyette. We're going to have to ice him down tonight. This is his fourth punt of the night. Back deep is Gray. Here's a snap. Gets a punt off. Good punt this time. Drives, knocks back inside his own 50 down to about the 47. That's where the Tigers will start there. First down, first and 10 with 2:27 to work with here in the half.
Bobcats defense on the field. It'll be first down for the Tigers.
So they'll spot it right at the 40. We're going to spot it at the 49. So the Tigers will have it there, first down, first and 10, trying to add to their 30-0 lead before we go in here to halftime. Smith brings them out. He'll send three receivers to the left. Tailback looks like Wilkes. They're going to give it to him as he flares out. He's going down the sideline at the 40. He's at the 35, makes a move there at the 30-yard line, then driven out of bounds. Inside the 30, it looks like to about the 29. That'll be enough for Hardin County Bank first and 10, but we got a flag, and it's on us.
Kendall, you saw that pass.
Yeah, perfect pass.
And
it's a hard pass.
People don't know how hard that is to do what he just did. You got a receiver running parallel with the quarterback. I mean, he's running directly away from him. And you have to throw that ball in front of him instead of at him or behind him so he can have his momentum headed downfield, and it was just executed.
Well, it was about a 14-yard gain, but a holding call brings it back to a 1-yard gain.
Well, we get to do it again.
Yeah. So we actually pick up a yard, and it's first down again, so first and 9. Smith brings them to the line. Wilkes the tailback. Here comes Gray in motion to the near side. Garner. Here's a snap. Looking. Got a man open. That's Garner at the 30-yard line. He'll fall down there. As he didn't hit him in stride, he had to turn around and make the grab. It was underthrown. But it'll be enough for Hardin County Bank first and 10 Tigers.
Knox Gray's having to put his jersey back on. As he went out for his route, they grabbed his his shirt, and undressed him, and that was awful. I mean, right out in front of everybody, too.
First down, first and 10. Here's a snap. Wilkes, left side, just ducks his head and runs into a big young man out there. I don't know. He's the biggest guy on the Bobcats line of scrimmage, but I think he took a shot in the gut, and he may have got the breath knocked out of him.
He's back up. He's up.
Also making the tackle for the Bobcats, number 60.
So he'll come out and set a play, but he did, man. Braden just kind of lowered his head, hit him right in the gut.
He blew that play up. There was nowhere for Braden to run.
There's several did. This offensive line needs to improve before we get in.
Second down for the Tigers.
In the playoff picture.
Pickup of about a yard to the 28. So it'll be second down, second and 9. 2 receivers left, one to the near side. Shotgun formation. Here's a snap, straight drop, looking left, fires down toward the end zone. Pope is open, touchdown Tigers. He got leverage on the inside, and that's all she wrote.
Man, I mean, what a luxury to be a quarterback.
Well, you got Knox wide open, too. I mean, just pick who you want to throw it to.
I mean,
it's like 7-on-7 out there.
But, I mean, it was like he's 5 yards behind the defender. You can underthrow it. You can overthrow it. I mean, you can throw it right, left, and still have time for him to make the catch.
So Gray will come in to hold. Foster will kick. Snap is down, and the kick is up, and it's good. 1:11 to go here in the first half. 37-0 our score. We'll take a quick timeout. You're listening to Tiger Football right here on 93.5 FM The Roar. Garner will kick it off. It's a short kick. It's going to be fumbled around at about the 29, where they'll take it there. First down, 1st and 10 with 1:08 to go here in the half. Coming up at halftime, our halftime show brought to you by Central Bank in Savannah, and also our Tiger Radio, as Hannah Frakes will get you caught up on all the things going on at Hardin County High School this past week and other sports. All that coming your way at halftime here in about a minute and 8 seconds.
Did y'all see that kickoff? Yeah, that ball looked like a UFO going through there. It just stayed nose up, nose down, spinning like an air-defying kick.
Whitten brings him to the line, sprints out to his left, fires, and almost complete, but a good play there by Pope as he separated him from the ball, and it falls incomplete, and the clock stops with 1:02 to go here in the first half.
It's a weird, almost like a wing tee type look that they've gone to. I know it's not the wing tee, but they've got a...
It's basically just an unbalanced formation,
misdirection.
one side or the other.
So that'll bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 10. The ball at the 28-yard line. The Bobcats shift, the Tigers shift. Here goes a man in motion. They're going to hand it to the inside guy, and he'll try the middle of the line of scrimmage and be knocked down. Misdirection there, counter, and looks like another lineman whether he gets up.
Keandre Smith on the tackle there.
They bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 10, 44 seconds to go. They might get one more play off.
I mean, what do you do as a coach and you've tried multiple formations, multiple plays, tried throwing it, rolling it, bootlegging it, and nothing works? I mean, what do you do? I mean, how do you come up with
while we're up here?
Well, you just hopefully get out of it, nobody gets hurt, and go on to next week.
So you've written this off.
Yeah. Here's a snap. Whitten looking, under pressure. Hooper flushes him out of the pocket. Now he's going to take off. He has running room at the 45. At the 40, gets down close to the 50. That'll be enough for a 1st down as they move the chains with 5 seconds to go here in the half.
Or you do that. That's a good run there by Whitten. Hooper was there to make the tackle, but Whitten made a good shifty move and got the outside edge on us.
Well, they faked me out. I didn't move the camera. We played right at the line of scrimmage all half, and they finally break one. I forgot to move the camera. I've just been leaving it alone. But McNairy will call a timeout. We'll take a timeout with them. We'll be back with more Hardin County football right here on 93.5 FM. All right, welcome back. 5 seconds to go. McNairy took a timeout as they got a 1st down on the run by Whitten. So they'll have 5 seconds to try to do something with Tiger coaching staff. They're going to send all their DBs way back to about the 20-yard line as Whitten will bring them out. 1st down, 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line. Shotgun formation. Wiggins, the tailback, stands to his left. Now they're trying to get everybody lined up. Got some confusion going on. Now they'll get them lined up.
And they're in a jumbo package.
And now McNairy coaching staff will have to call another timeout because they couldn't get lined up.
Well,
let's just keep it right here as the Tigers lead it 37-0. 5 seconds to go. Want to remind you in the morning sports talk, we'll lead our Sports Saturday off at 9 a.m. We'll talk to Coach Smith about tonight's game. And then following us will be Coach to Coach. And then Tennessee football will take over around 4:30 with the Vol Network. And then the kickoff between Tennessee and Florida at 6 p.m. Also, we'll get you set for next week as the Tigers will finally be back at home as a Big Red from Lexington comes to town. And it should be a good one there at Jim Carroll Stadium. Remember that the tailgate party will start at 5, the Tiger Walk at about 5:55, and then the kickoff set for 7 p.m. You can catch all the action right here on 93.5 FM The Roar. Now the Tiger defense is back out on the field, and they're trying to get some players on and off the field, and they'll send them out with 5 seconds to go to try to get one more play off. Whitten will be in a shotgun formation. They're going to go 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the far side. 4-man front for the Tigers. Got 2 safeties way back deep. Whitten rolls out to his left. He's under pressure. Stop. Now rolling back to the other way. He's going to fire down the field and overshoots the intended receiver. It's deflected by Wilkes and almost right into the hands of a Bobcat, but that'll do it for the first half as Hardin County leads it 37-0. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have your halftime show brought to you by Central Bank in Savannah. Back after this. All right, welcome back to McNairy Central. Halftime here on homecoming night. The Pride is out on the field performing for, or fixing to perform for the home crowd here. Let's take a look at our scoring. Hardin County opened the scoring up. They took the opening kickoff, went 5 plays, 40 yards. Harrison went in from 29 yards out, and the extra point was good, and it was 7-0 at that point. McNairy Central had a good start to their first offensive series, but a penalty cost them 15, backed them up in their own territory, and they had to punt it away. And then the Tigers go one play, 45 yards, Smith to Pope, 14-0 at that point. McNairy Central had to punt it back to the Tigers. They go 2 plays, 42 yards. Smith to Pope again, 21-0 at that point. And then on McNairy's next possession, they block the punt into the end zone. McNairy picks it up for the safety. Tigers get a couple of points out of that, and it's 23-0. And then the Tigers go on another drive, 6 plays, 57 yards. Harrison, for his second touchdown of the night, goes in from 8 yards out, 30-0 at that point. Tigers were driving again, and then a turnover as Pope was spun around a couple of times around the Bobcat 25-yard line and fumbled the football. We turned it over, but McNairy County couldn't do anything with it, punted it back to the Tigers. And with a couple of minutes left here in the half, the Tigers go 3 plays, 51 yards. Smith to Pope on a 28-yard touchdown pass, catch, and run. And that's where we are at halftime, 37-0.
You wanting to comment?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, we talked about the lull, kind of a mid-season lull and against an opponent that you should beat on paper. Well, they didn't lull very much. I mean, just too much talent. And Carter Smith has looked about as sharp as I've seen him so far this year. Of course, he's not getting any pressure. The offensive line doing a good job when he wants to throw the ball. He hadn't been rushed or hurried, but he's been really on target and made a couple of throws that were outstanding. And then your skill guys are doing what they've done every game. I mean, they've showed up in mass, and McNairy just doesn't have the athletes to compete. And defense doing what they've been doing. I mean, those 2 defensive tackles are really disruptive on that defensive front, and then your linebackers are running to the football. McNairy's tried a whole lot of things to try to get some production out of their offense, but how many touchdowns they scored this year? You told me on the way.
2.
Scored 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So, I mean, their offense has not, been super dynamic against anybody. So all that I can say is we've done exactly what we wanted them to do. I mean, Hardin County came over here and hadn't backed off any, had a real good first half. And the question will be how long or if that starting lineup starts second half.
Yeah, Kendall, we were talking about the intensity level after a sizable win last week over Chester County, scoring 47. And having their way on offense, coming into tonight's game with a team that's struggling like McNairy Central has been struggling this year. And it kind of showed on defense a little bit. They had 3 really good positive plays without the personal foul penalty that really set them back. But they caught us off guard a couple of times. We make an adjustment, and it's almost like that defensive front smells blood.
Yeah, and it's almost like the fuse was kind of lit with those 2 or 3 plays where they actually got some good yardage, and then they kind of shot themselves in the foot there with that penalty, and then the fuse went out, so to speak. But it's kind of like Kirk said, on both sides of the ball, we're really playing up to our standard of football. So I'll be interested to see how we come out of the locker room for this second half and see if we can just keep our foot on the pedal and finish this game strong, and then let that propel us into next week.
All right, we'll take a time out. You're listening to the Central Bank Halftime Show. When we come back, we'll take a look at other sports going on around Hardin County High School. Hannah Franks will step in, and she'll get you caught on all the other sports and all the other activities going on at Hardin County High School this past week. It's 37-0 here at halftime. We'll be back right after this. It's halftime here at homecoming at McNairy Central. The Pride is out on the field performing for the home crowd. 37-0 our score, Hardin County on top. And it's time now for the Tiger update. Hannah Frakens will step in. She'll get you caught up on all the other sports action at Hardin County High School.
Thanks, Mr. Steve. The JV football team got a win at Jackson Northside last night, 24-0. Next week, they take on Adamsville in Adamsville on Monday and host Jackson Southside on Thursday. The girls' soccer team also traveled to Jackson last night to take on Southside. Unfortunately, they lost 2-0. Libby Morris had 6 stops, Shelby Durbin had 4 stops, Anna Harrison 6 shots on goal, Ainsley Pickett and Mia Shirley each had 3 shots on goal, Catherine Wilson had 2 shots on goal, and Sarah Strickland and Caroline Nix both had 1 shot on goal. Tiger fans will have 3 opportunities to watch the girls play next week. They will host McNairy on Tuesday, Northside on Wednesday, and travel to Chester County Thursday. The Region Golf Tournament will take place on Monday at Swan Lake Golf Course in Clarksville. Molly Pierce and Alexis Stewart will compete as a team. Wheeler Wilkes and Zach Thompson will compete as individuals in the boys tournament. HDHS Volleyball got 2 big wins this week. Last night, they defeated Bolivar in straight sets at home on senior night. On Tuesday, they beat district opponent Jackson Southside 3-2. Next Tuesday, they will travel to Chester County, and on Thursday, they will host Lexington. The cross-country teams will be in action on Tuesday at the Trinity Christian Invitational. The defending state champion Tiger and Lady Tiger bowling teams start their season this weekend. They will host a jamboree at the Savannah Bowling Center tomorrow. The boys bowl at 10 a.m. and the girls bowl at 2 p.m. Also taking place tomorrow will be the Tiger Trap Team tryouts at the Blue Sky Shooting Complex, starting at 2 o'clock. Good luck to all of the Tigers competing this week. That concludes your HDHS Sports Halftime Update.
All right, great job as always. You just get better and better every week.
Thank you very
So
much.
maybe you'll get a better grade, I guess. You getting graded on this?
Not on this. I get community service though.
Oh, well, that's what it's important. And I got her talking about turkey hunting too. So she's a turkey hunter. So,
Yes, sir.
so all the guys that are listening, all the young guys, are you taking?
No, sir.
Okay, she's a turkey hunter, guys out there. All right, we're at halftime. 37-0 is the score. Hardin County on top as the Pride just wrapped up their halftime performance. We'll have your second half kick when we return. You're listening to Tiger Football right here on 93.5 FM.
Color guard sponsor is
All right, welcome back to McNairy Central High School as the Tigers and the Bobcats hooked up in a region game here on homecoming night for McNairy Central. Hardin County on top, 37-0 as the McNairy County Bobcat band out on the field performing for the homecoming crowd. The Pride just got through with their performance as kind of a lengthy homecoming as always, or halftime here on homecoming night as the Tigers are making their way back out onto the field. So Kirk, your Coach Smith, what do you tell your Tigers at this point?
Well, I mean, done great so far. Keep it going. I mean, don't change what you're doing.
What do? You start your offensive and defensive starters maybe first couple of minutes of the third quarter and then work in some younger guys?
Maybe. I think they could probably bring their second level guys in now. I might, if it was me, I might do that. You're going to have a running clock now anyway, isn't that right? 35 points.
I think it's 35, yeah.
And so we're at 37. So, I mean, you're probably going to have a running clock. So unless they score, it's going to be a real short second half. I would, but it's kind of coach's nature, I think, to bring your starters back in and then transition everybody in. But all in all, they've done exactly what, you wanted them to do, come out and play hard, play ball, business-like, take care of business, and then let the other guys play. Well, I just don't know when the other guys are going to come in.
Harrison's got a couple of touchdowns in the first half. 3 touchdown passes from Smith to Caden Pope, one of 45, one of 42, and one of 28. Tigers have turned it over one time in the second quarter as they were driving, but other than that, it's been pretty much all Hardin County, McNairy County. Talking to the guys over here in the press box, they knew it was going to be a long night. It's just been a tough season, and sometimes when the ball gets rolling the bad way, things just keep falling apart. Kendall, just like, they told us a couple of their starters didn't show up tonight and no longer on the team. So it's hard to coach a team and get people prepared when those type things happen.
Well, and they've got a new coach, and it's like you said, they had some of their key guys kind of take an alternative route, so to speak, and then they had several quit, and so it's been a tough go for them this season. And even tonight, we've seen them on the field on the offensive side of the ball. They're just trying to do something. They're trying to figure out something that's going to work for them, and they flip back and forth from different schemes and different looks. And so right now, I mean, I don't think they're concerned with the rest of this game. They're just trying to, build for the future and figure out something that fits their ball team. But I mean, it's like we've kind of said so far. We're really doing what we want to do with the football and defensively. And what I just want to see some of these younger guys get in there and capitalize on, getting a chance to play, because with a few key games coming up here towards the end of our schedule, and then as we make a playoff run, that depth is going to be of the utmost importance as we take this season deeper.
Well, I know you've been on your phone looking for us some scores. You got scores from around West Tennessee that you could come up with?
I know you kind of presented a few games around West Tennessee in the pregame. The only one that I could find right now was Huntington and Milan. Huntington's up on Milan 21-12. I was looking for the Lexington score, but it hasn't been posted yet. But when it is, I'll make sure to get that to you.
Well, the Tigers will be back home next week as Lexington will come to town, and it'll be kind of a revenge game, Kirk. We went over there last year in the regular season, and then in the quarterfinals of the state playoffs. Their quarterback over there was really, really good. Kind of reminded us when we did the game of Cal Gobble a little bit with the way that they ran their offense, and he hurt us a couple of times. But and then that play in the end zone where a no call on what potentially might have been a pass interference to end the Tigers' season. So 2 close games last year. These two teams have really played each other tough. You mentioned last week with Coach Smith that him and the coach at Lexington are really good friends. They battled each other, and they've had some classic games in the last 5-6 years.
Well, one of the reasons, too, is personnel-wise, but they've got talent like we do. I mean, they've got speed, they've got size, they've got a lot of continuity because of that coach has been there quite a while. And but they don't have him, that quarterback back, and we don't have ours back. So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see how everybody's filled the gaps in this matchup. But, yeah, I mean, Lexington and Hardin County is just usually a slugfest.
All right, if you missed any part of tonight's game or any other game, you can go to the WKWX-FM app, download it, and go to On Demand, and we have all the games, the broadcast games there, as well as Sports Talk each and every Saturday. So if you missed any of those, you can go back as we keep those archived on our app, the WKWX-FM app. If you're listening on the radio or want to watch it live, you can catch us at YouTube on channel Slice 93. Go there, subscribe, and hit the notification button, and you'll be notified anytime Hardin County is in action. We'll take a timeout. We're still at halftime here on homecoming night from McNairy Central. We'll be back with a second half tip in just a few. All right, welcome back to McNairy Central High School. I'm Steve Cornell along with Kendall Atkinson and Kurt Carroll bringing you Hardin County football tonight. We appreciate everybody tuning in on our YouTube channel. Also at 93.5 FM The Roar, WKWXFM.com, or the WKWXFM app. I want to remind you your Sports Saturday starts in the morning at 9 a.m. Coach Smith will join me and Kirk in the morning for Sports Talk. We'll talk about tonight's game and get you set for next week as the Big Red from Lexington comes to town to take on the Tigers. And then following us, it'll be Doug Matthews and Dave McGinnis as they'll get you set for SEC football and break down the Tennessee-Florida game coming up at 6 p.m. tomorrow night on 93.5 FM with Coach to Coach. And then, like I said, the Ball Network will take over around 4:30 on Saturday and lead you up to the kickoff between the Gators and the Volunteers. So that's your Sports Saturday lineup right here on 93.5 FM. Tigers will come out. They'll kick it off to start the third quarter to McNairy Central, and it'll be Seth Garner will kick for Hardin County. So as they get the chain crew out here and get everything set. And Seth ready to go. Is everybody ready to go? He approaches the football, and we're off here in the third quarter. Here's a high spinner around the 25-yard line, 15, excuse me, at the 20, trying to get outside. That looks like Whitten, the quarterback. He's done just about everything for him over here in this ball game. Runs it out to about the 20-yard line, maybe the 21 or 2. So it's a 24-yard line where McNairy will take over at their own 24-yard line to start here in the third. Whitten brings them to the line. 2 receivers here to the near side. They're going from the south to the north, and now a penalty.
Illegal substitution. They had 12 in the huddle.
Well, that's not a good start. Coming out after the break.
No, it's not.
So that'll cost them 5.
You know, it makes it 1st and 15 before you ever snap the ball. So, I mean, it's an ugly penalty.
So it'll be first down, 1st and 15, back at the 19 now. Whitten brings them to the line. Wiggins, the tailback, and now another whistle. This time the wide hat calls what? What are they doing? Oh, it's got something to do with the clock. I guess they're telling me it's a running clock, I bet.
Would you blow the whistle for that, though?
Well, if it's not running, you would.
Yep.
I guess you got a point.
So, now they turn it on. That's what it was. Here's a snap. A handoff to Wiggins right up the middle. He's pushing the pile at the 20-yard line down to about the 21-22. Pickup of a couple on the first down play. It'll be second down, 2nd and 13. They'll give him about 3.
There's one of our questions answered. There's 2 or 3 guys in there that didn't start, so we're already starting to see some of our backup players get in the ball game.
That's what I want to see.
So it'll be second down, 2nd and 12. 2 receivers here to the near side, one on the far side. Shotgun formation. Man goes in motion. Here's a snap. Quick throw out here to his receiver. I think he caught it right at about the 21, right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe even lost a yard as they'll spot it at the 21-yard line. So it'll be third down. 3rd and 12 for the Bobcats. Hardin County on top, 37-0, as we're just getting going here in the third quarter. Try to get some of Micah Parrish is out there now. I see him at a cornerback position. Here's a snap. Looking to throw is Whitten. Rolling to his right, rolling, and now he's going to be chased out of the pocket by Tanner and knocked down. Good play by Sam as he just gets a piece of his ankle and tripped him up.
Got just enough. I mean, he had some
running room.
Yeah,
I know it's a first down.
He would have definitely gotten the first down, maybe more. Good play by Tanner to get that shoestring tackle.
4th down for the Bobcats.
So it'll be 4th down, 4th and about 6 at their own 28-yard line. They're going to go for it.
Well, that's some moxie.
Two receivers left, one on the right. Trying to get them to jump, I think, maybe. Now Whitten will look over at his coach. They'll have to hurry up. The hand signal is up by the official. They moved, and now here comes a flag. Running back started jogging in place, and they'll back them up 5. Now they will punt for sure. So just a comedy of errors going on as they came out of the locker room, and the Tigers will get the football with 8:01 to go here in the 3rd quarter with the running clock. Now we've got some substitutions coming in and out for Hardin County. Boyette back to punt for the Bobcats. Gray will stand at about his 46. Here's a snap. No rush. He gets this one off. And Knox will call for the fair catch and get it at the 48-yard line. So that's where the Tigers will have it. First down, 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line. So let's see who comes out. It'll be Jacob Hooper will come out for the Tigers at quarterback. Also Strickland in at tailback. Shotgun formation. They run a tight formation right and left. Here goes a man in motion. That's Irvin. Hooper is going to keep it, tries the left side, just runs over the linebacker right at the 50-yard line. I mean, just plowed him.
That's a defensive end playing quarterback. He's got that run over you mentality.
He's not going to slide.
So good run by Hooper, picks up about 5 on the play. It'll be 2nd down, 2nd and 5. Well, he didn't try to juke, did he?
No, he's not sliding or juking.
So 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the far side. Here's a snap. They're going to give it to Strickland. Now here comes some laundry out on the field, and it's going to be illegal procedure on the Tigers. That'll back them up 5. So it'll be 2nd down, 2nd and 10.
Still 2nd down.
Heyman, Irvin, and Rose are your wide receivers here.
Also Ryan Weeks in the game. Ryan's had a good season as well for the Tigers in that slot position. Here's a snap. Hooper's going to keep it left side, has some running room. He's at the 45, looking for some more running room at the 40, now down the sideline at the 35, down close to the 30-yard line. That'll be a Hardin County make 1st and 10 Tigers on the run by Hooper.
Yeah, good run. Nobody out there. Hey, he saw it, just pulled it, tucked it, and took off. And they were in man coverage on that side, so corner didn't see him coming, so they just had open field.
So it'll be 1st down, 1st and 10 Tigers at the Bobcat 32-yard line. Hooper brings them to the line, Strickland the tailback. They got a bunch formation to the right. Here's a snap. This time he gives it to Strickland. Has to break a tackle in the backfield. Still on his feet at the 30-yard line, and he's going to be popped and driven backwards. They stood him up, and then he took a couple of shots, but he picked up maybe a yard or 2 to the 30.
Yeah, and he shouldn't have done that. I mean, he made all that happen.
So it'll be 2nd down, 2nd and 8. The ball resting at the 30-yard line of the Bobcats. Clock running, 4:48 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Hooper brings them to the line of scrimmage, 2 receivers to the right. Here's a snap. Hooper will keep it to the left side, has running room, cuts it back up to the middle of the field around the 25, down to the 20, inside the 20 to about the 19. Should be enough for Hardin County Bank 1st and 10 Tigers on the run by Hooper.
Yeah, I mean, he's got about 35, 40 yards rushing on 3 plays.
So it'll be 1st down, 1st and 10 Tigers on the run by Hooper. He'll send Rose to his left. And Sparks and Irvin out here to the right. Here's a snap. quick throw over to Rose, trying to make a move, and he's going to be knocked down as Weeks was trying to get the block on him, just couldn't get it. And London was knocked down for about a 2 or 3 yard loss. That's Heyman, excuse me, in there. McGee also in the game, and try to see who's on the line of scrimmage there. It's hard to see them from our perspective here. Second down, 2nd and 13. Here's a snap, handoff, Strickland. Strickland looking for some running room, has some room at the 20, juking around at the 15. Now he just bulls his way forward to about the 16, 17 yard line.
The Bobcats in on the tackle, Michael Whitten along with Case Wiggins.
Got a good block out there. I'm trying to find who that was.
For the Tigers, the ball's going to be spotted on the 13-yard line.
So it'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 3 now for the Tigers. Ball resting at the 12-yard line of the Bobcats. Hooper in the shotgun formation. Here's a snap. They'll give it to Urban, trying around the left side. Has some blocking out there. Turns the corner and goes into the end zone for the touchdown on a good run by Urban. And good blocking on that left side by the Tiger offense. And the Tigers go up 43-0 with 2:20 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, that's a good job. I mean, everybody executed exactly like you draw it up, and he had the speed to get to the corner. Nobody could catch him. Goes in standing up.
So Rose will snap. Gray will hold. And Nolan Foster will kick. Snap is down. Bad snap. Now Gray sprints around the right or left side. He's going to go into the end zone for a 2-point conversion. So everything.
and then he fell down on the track.
Everything worked going Tigers' way. So they get the 2-point conversion on the mishandled snap. 1:42 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 45-0 our score. We'll be back.
I'll take
right after this.
I will. He reacted as fast as he did.
Tigers go 6 plays, 52 yards. Tylen Irvin goes in from 20 yards out. 2-point conversion good on the mishandled snap, and a good play by Knox Gray.
Yeah, I mean, no hesitation at all. I mean, as soon as that ball hit the ground, he fired it and took off, and that's why he got there. Was he had a quick enough reaction to the muff that he could get to the end zone.
So it's 45-0. That scoring drive powered by Jones Motor Company in Savannah. Foster will kick it off. A low spinning kick. It's going to turn left and go out of bounds. So the Bobcats will have it 1st down, 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line, and that'll be the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll take a timeout. We'll move to the 4th and final period here at McNairy Central. Hardin County 45, McNairy Central zip. We'll be back right after this.
There's about
All right, 1st down, 1st and 10 Bobcats at the 35-yard line as we move to the fourth period. Here's a snap, fumble football. Did McNairy County jump on it? There's some Tigers around it, but I think the Bobcats ended up with it.
Bobcats, number 23, Raheem Richardson.
Richardson on the carry for the Bobcats.
2 fumbles and a block punt, and they've gotten every one of them, haven't they?
Yep. Second down, 2nd and 11, loss of a yard on the fumble by the tailback. So the Whitten will bring them back to the line. Shotgun formation. Here's a snap. They're going to give it to Richardson again, and he has a little bit of running room as he goes across the 40 to about the 41-42. So he made up for it there.
Ball carrier for the Bobcats.
And he's down on the ground, and I think that's him. It is Richardson. And now we've got a timeout for the injury. Want to remind you of the morning sports talk right here on 93.5 FM starting at 9 a.m. Coach Smith will be in there with me and Kurt. We'll talk about tonight's game and get you set up for next week as the Big Red from Lexington heads into the Jungle. 7 p.m. tip. A lot of activities going on out there. Of course, our Tiger Walk at 5:55, and of course the tailgate party starting around 5 p.m. And then, like I said, the kickoff at 7. So that'll get you set up for next week as the Tigers finally make it home. We got 2 more chances at home. Lexington coming to town. We'll take a week off after that and then head over to Liberty and then Milan for senior night. And then hopefully we move into first round of the playoffs.
Hopefully they're still at home.
And hopefully they're still at home, exactly. So that is Richardson. He is going to hobble off. Looks like a left ankle. So it'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 4. For the Bobcats, right at their 41. Here's a snap. They'll give it to their tailback. This time he's going to be knocked down, picks up about a yard. And that is Heyman on the tackle. He's had a big night tonight.
Yeah.
A lot of tackles.
Had a good block. Yeah, he's been everywhere. Playing that outside linebacker spot really well. I mean, I saw him a couple times. They were holding him all the way through the play, and he still got in on the tackle.
Ben Benson in the game for the Tigers. Had a linebacker spot. Also Rose into the game at a safety spot. I'm trying to get all these numbers. Caleb Frank's in the game as well. And Juan Keel. Here's a pitch to the tailback. He's going to be hammered down out of bounds. Man, what a hit. And that's Ben Benson comes up and puts the smack down on him right in front of the McNairy bench. And he's still on the ground.
Yeah, they didn't have much room to finish that run.
So they went for it on 4th down, and he's going to be about 3 yards short. And the Tigers will get the football back with 9:45 to go here in the game. Now let's see who they send out. It looks like, let's see, that'll be Brody Ivy will come into the game for Hardin County. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Here's a snap. They'll hand it off. Trying the left side. Here comes a flag. Got some running room at the 40, at the 35, down close to the 30. That'll be enough for a 1st down, but it may be coming back.
Dalton Hooper there on the
Yeah, Dalton Hooper, Jacob's little brother, and part of the future for the Tigers.
That's one of those sympathy penalties.
Yeah. I won't ever understand that. I mean, it's not going to help things. It just keeps us over here longer.
Does it?
Yeah. Well, not with a running clock.
Well, I mean, I've seen a bunch of holes in this ball game. I'm talking about blatant pulling the guy completely out of balance.
Early in the game, too.
And they called that.
Here's Ivy. He gets a snap. Here's a handoff to the tailback. He just lowers his head across the 50-yard line into Bobcat territory at the 49.
Number 34.
That's Hooper on the carry.
2-yard pickup on the play. Ball spotted on the 50.
Parker Gerald's coming into the game. Ryan Weeks will head out. His night's probably done. Tylen Irvin in the game. Let's see who else we got out there. I see Jackson Malone out there. Second down, second in a bunch. Here's a snap. They'll hand it off. Makes a good cut, Hooper does, at the 45-yard line, down to the 40.
Good vision by Hooper.
Had to bring up third down, third and more manageable, third and about 9.
Ball's going to be spotted on the 41.
He saw that open hole, and
Yeah, he hit it hard.
Reed Head is on the offensive line as well for the Tigers. Hunter Poirier. And let's see who else is out there. Quentin Wesson is also out there. So a lot of young Tigers in the game now here in the second half for Hardin County. Ivy brings them to the line. Here's a snap. He'll give it to Hooper, trying the right side, makes a move at the 40, still on his feet, banging around the 36-yard line. He'll be short about 3 or 4 yards. That'll bring up a fourth down. 6:49 to go here in the game. 45-0 our score as we've had a running clock here in the second half.
yeah, I mean, that's a freshman running the ball with some authority.
At the completion of this game,
Good
the
to
Central
see.
Bank post-game show coming your way. You don't want to miss it. Ivy brings them to the line, shotgun formation. Here's a snap. Hooper again, right side. Lowers his head, still on his feet at the 30, goes across the 30 down to about the 27, 28-yard line. That'll be enough for a Hardin County Bank 1st and 10 Tigers on a good run there by Hooper.
Yeah, not much fear in his running style. He's finishing those runs too. I mean,
Taking him after his brother.
he's not falling on his back any.
No.
Ethan Messer in the game now for the Tigers in the offensive line. So coaching staff running a lot of young kids in and out. They'll go 2 receivers here to the left, 1 to the far side. Shotgun formation. Here's a high snap. Ivy is going to jump on it and get it back. And that'll bring up second down. Second and a whole bunch as it's back.
We got a loose ball.
37-yard line, yeah, about a 10-yard. So it'll be second down, second and 20.
That's our first recovery out of 4.
5:15 to go. Clock running. It's run the whole second half. This is only the second possession by the Tigers on offense.
Yeah, it's going to be like a 40-minute half.
So Ivy will bring them to the line. Hooper the tailback. He'll go to his right. They'll run a bunch formation to the right. 4-man front for the Bobcats. Here's a snap. Hand off to Hooper. Has some running room up the middle. Lowers his head at the 35 and just drives forward to about 32.
He is running over folks.
Yeah, I'll tell you something else, too. He's got that ability. He can really get low with that body lane. Yeah, he's got that low body lane. It's hard. Doesn't give him much to tackle except shoulder pads and thighs.
So to bring up third down. Third and about 15 now for the Tigers. Ivy brings them to the line of scrimmage. Shotgun formation. Here comes a man in motion. He'll fake it to him, give it to Hooper trying the left side. He's going to be tripped up this time at about the 31-yard line.
That was about as crisp a play as I've ever seen run.
Hey, that's
I don't know what the motion was for.
that's Jack Gray in the game. It's good to see Jack out there. Jack,
Yeah, sure enough.
had a collapsed lung. Didn't know it. Played. What was it? The Jamboree.
Weeks on end.
Yeah, and
Practice.
had some issues with breathing. They didn't figure it out. Got him over to Vanderbilt, and he ended up playing with a collapsed lung. So they got him repaired, and Good to see him out there in the game. Here's Hooper around the left side to the 30-yard line. Going to be run out of bounds. Be way short, and it'll be Bobcat football.
For the Bobcats, number 22, Rutledge. Going to be a turnover on down. Bobcats offense over.
So it'll be first down, 1st and 10 Bobcats as they'll take over at their own 26-yard line. Clock under 3 minutes now to go in the game. Your Central Bank post-game show coming your way immediately following the end of this game. We'll get you set for next week as the Big Red from Lexington will come to town to take on the Tigers and at what should be for the #1 spot in the region. So the Bobcats will come out. Tigers get set. Here's a snap. Ball's on the ground, and he'll pick it up. The quarterback that is, and he's going to be hammered down back at about the 24-yard line. Loses a couple. Be second down, 2nd and about 12.
2-yard loss on the play. Second down for the Cats.
Approaching 2 minutes to go here in the game. Homecoming night over here at McNairy Central. Still a good crowd over there on the maroon side. As always, here's a handoff to the tailback. He's going to push it out to the 30-yard line. We'll bring up 3rd down. So that'll be Taylor on the carry for the Bobcats. It'll be 3rd down, 3rd and a long 6. Ball resting right at the Bobcat 30-yard line. Here's a snap. Ball on the ground again. This time they're going to get him in the backfield as the timing of that play was thrown completely off. Tackled by a whole host of Tigers. Tarver back there, he was on the initial hit. So they bring up 4th down, 4th and about 8. Loses a couple back to the 28-yard line. 1:12 to go here in the game. I think it's safe to say the Tigers are going to go ahead and win this game and move to 6-0 on the season and 3-0 in region play as under a minute to go here in the game. 4th down, 4th and 8. Shotgun formation. Here's a snap. Inside handoff. Has some running room to the outside. He's at the 40. He's at the 45. He's going to be knocked down at the 50-yard line. That's the best play of the night for the Bobcats. That'll be enough for a 1st down. 1st and 10, McNairy Central.
1st and 10, Bobcats.
One more play, probably.
There's a clock now under 30 seconds to go. Bobcats hurrying up. Here's a snap. It's on the ground, gets away from the quarterback. He'll pick it up. Here comes a bunch of Tigers after him, and he's going to be knocked down. Paris and Hooper on the tackle. And that should do it as the clock will wind down, and that'll be the end of the game. Hardin County wins it 45-0 over McNairy Central. We'll take a timeout. Your Central Bank post-game show coming your way next. Welcome back to Selmer, Tennessee, the home of the McNairy Central Bobcats. Homecoming night as the Tigers come over and roll over the Bobcats 45-0. Let's look at our scoring plays as the Tigers open the scoring up with their first possession of the night. They go 5 plays, 40 yards. Jacob Harrison goes 29 yards for the first score, 7-0 at that point. And then we get the ball back. We go 1 play, 45 yards. Carter Smith hit Caden Pope on a 45-yard touchdown pass, catch, and run, 14-0 at that point. Then the next score was 2-play drive, 42 yards. Carter Smith to Pope again. And the Tigers up 21-0 early. And then the Tiger special team, they get a block punt as the ball went about 20 yards back into the end zone and covered by the only Bobcat back there with about 6 Tigers, a 2-point safety, and it's 23-0 at that point. Then the next drive for the Tigers, 6 plays, 57 yards. Jacob Harrison gets touchdown number 2 on an 8-yard touchdown run, 30-0 at that point. Tigers start another drive at McNairy's 45. And Caden Pope fumbled it as he got inside the 25-yard line. But McNairy unable to do anything with the turnover. They had to punt it back to the Tigers. And Hardin County goes 3 plays, 51 yards. Carter Smith to Pope again. 37-0 at that point on a 28-yard touchdown pass from Smith to Pope. Like I said, 37-0 at halftime. And then the Tigers go on another drive. They go 6 plays. 52 yards, and Tylen Irvin takes it to the house on a 20-yard touchdown run. And a botch snap, and Knox Gray picks it up, takes it in for the 2-point conversion, 45-0, and that's where it ended up here over at McNairy Central. So, boys, we come over here, and kind of like they told us over here, it's going to be a long night for the Bobcats, and it was. They really just couldn't get anything going offensively, defense, or anything of that nature. Just too much speed, too much size for the Tigers.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we said, they got going a little bit early with 2 plays, and then they shot themselves in the foot with that penalty, and then that pretty much summed up their night besides the impressive recovery there by their punter on the safety. But no, it's kind of like I said before the game. This game was going to be about execution. It's going to be about playing to our standard of football that we've established over these past several games. And I think it was a good game for us to be clicking on all cylinders before we get ready for Lexington to come into Jim Carroll Stadium this upcoming Friday night. And I think this is where we're to the point in the schedule where things need to be rolling in the right direction. I think they're doing just that.
Kirk, midway point, or really over the midway point for us. We've only got 9 games on the schedule this year and 2 open dates. But this is one of those games you want to come over here, establish a lead, and like in the second half, you got a running clock. You get some younger players in here. But the main thing is you came out here injury-free.
Yeah, I mean, this game went pretty much, as a coach would want it. And, I mean, Hardin County just bigger, faster, stronger. I mean, always in every facet of the game. And McNairy was just really never in the ball game. But like you said, lots of times in games, I think teams that slack up or don't go hard, I think that's when your injuries occur. And we played fast, played hard. Most of the licks out there tonight, we were delivering them, and they got out. Nobody hurt. Halftime, he started his second teamers, and was able to finish this game just like they wanted it to. I mean, this was a textbook game against somebody you're supposed to beat and beat them like you're supposed to beat them.
Well, now we turn our attention toward Lexington and a chance to get a region championship over at our place this time. They'll come over. It'll be a great football game. It always is. Talking to Coach Smith last week, he said they'll have a plan for us, and, Caden Pope is our guy, and he said they'll try to scheme him up much like USJ did.
Yeah, I mean, their coach has always done that. He's always been a good coach. Has a good mind for both sides of the football, but I think they're going to go back and watch that USJ film. I think that USJ had the most success on, covering Caden for most of the entire game. But needless to say, next Friday night's the game that we've had our eyes set on. You know, when the season started, we knew it was going to boil down to us in Lexington, and it should be a great game. I can't, beg the fans that are listening right now to come out there next Friday night and just support this team, because it's a special group of guys we've got.
Yeah, it is. All right, next week we'll be at home finally after 2 road wins. Tigers improved to 6-0 on the season, 2-0, or excuse me, yeah, 2-0? 3-0 in region play. And we'll turn our attention toward the Big Red as they'll head to Jim Carroll Stadium in the Jungle next Friday night. As a Tiger tailgate party will start at 5, Tiger Walk at 5:55, and then the kickoff set for 7 p.m. You can catch all the action right here on 93.5 FM. Also at WKWXFM.com or the WKWXFM app.
That's it.
We'll go on the air with a TriStar Friday Night Live pregame show at 6, followed by the Central Bank Tiger pregame show around 6:40, and then the kickoff, like I said, at 7 p.m. Coming up in the morning, your Sports Saturdays starts with Sports Talk at 9 a.m. Coach Smith will be in with me and Kurt. We'll get his opinion on tonight's game and then what he thinks about Lexington coming into town next week. And then following us, it'll be Coach to Coach with Doug Matthews and Dave McGinnis. They'll get you set for SEC play and the UT Florida game that will be on 93.5 FM as the Ball Network will take over around 4:30 and all the way up to the kickoff at 6 p.m. So that's your Sports Saturday lineup. Thanks so much for all the listeners and, of course, our sponsors. We couldn't do it without them. Thanks to Bridget at the station. For Kurt Kendall, I'm Steve Cornell saying so long, Tiger fans, and we'll see you in the morning at 9 a.m. right here on 93.5 FM, The Roar, for Sports Talk.